Hi, hello, hello. We have another chapter of Heterogeneous Linguistics. They're making their pilgrimage to the land where the gigantic Minotaur Bo, that's his name, right? Bo or Mo or something like that comes from. But they saw that the bridge was down. So now they're going to have to rethink what their plan is. We walked for 2 days after that, going north along the mountain's edge. So it ended up being much more of a pilgrimage, I guess, than maybe they had hoped. Quite an intense walk, 2 days continuously. Hopefully they got some food with them, or else this is going to be looking more like dungeon meshy. Not that I'm implying they should eat their friends, but you gotta eat something. Anyways, on November 10th, I guess in this world they use the Julian calendar, sure. We're currently at an impasse, blocked by the river near Utatsu. Now rapids, can they make it across? How will they forge the river? So we can see there's a little camp here, and there's already some people living here. A branch foot, as they call them, the eagle-like ones, and some more beast men and lizard men, and a nice little menagerie. Over on the other side, we see some sort of tent, some sort of structure it looks like, perhaps made of stone. The way it's shaded makes me think it's actually made of stone. So, or maybe not, I don't know, maybe it's a cloth tent. And there is someone on the other side that perhaps they can communicate with. Maybe that person knows another way around. Or maybe they're just gonna have to figure out how to ford the river. Oh, wow, the lizard men can cross even rapids like this. Well, that was easy. For them. Why don't you two? Again. So, we barely can understand what's being communicated here. There's some sort of squabble. Something isn't right. They seem quite insulted by this idea that even though they share a species with the other lizard men that crossed, they themselves can't cross. Looks like a point of embarrassment. The way Mo or Bo or whatever his name, his text is portrayed here is quite interesting. There's the standard like blackout redacted of things that our protagonist can't understand, but then there's words within it that have this like other texture of redactedness, which is kind of interesting. I wonder if this is like a clue for later. If we wait, it will become crossable. When the water gets hard. Like, does he mean winter? Do they mean we can just wait until it freezes over? Might be a little too easygoing. I would agree. But it is November, I guess, so maybe it's not too far away when the river freezes. They're saying that the cause of this is a river upstream converging with this one. Now this is a pretty cool little demonstration that this lizard man has done here. Actually carving out a model of the river system and pouring some water just so they can see where the volume is coming from. And it kind of hints at one of the broader themes of this series, which is thinking outside the box when it comes to language. That language isn't just words, sentences, a system of grammar, something that you speak or write. Language is just any kind of method of communication. So you can have a language of models. You can have a language of water flowing. Like you can communicate all sorts of ideas totally visually or tactilely or through demonstration and experimentation. Like, I don't know, it's charming, isn't it? This little model that he's made, and just how they can reach each other so much more clearly by doing it. Wonder how long it's been like this. Both shores have large gathering of people waiting around. Ah, so that's why there's these tents and stuff there. They're all just waiting for the river to die down. Let's look around carefully. Almost as if they were really waiting for a freeze, the area had the trappings of a permanent settlement. Yeah, that's kind of interesting. The way that they just kind of resign themselves to, well, it's going to take a while for us to cross, so let's get comfortable. It feels like it's, I don't know, it's inconsiderable for like a human that the humans, our protagonist included, are trying to think of another solution, that we must spend all of our time, even if we end up waiting for it to freeze, we can spend the whole time until then trying to figure out how we don't have to wait for the freeze. Whereas these other species seem much more content. But they're like, well, I mean, living here, living over there, it's roughly the same, so I'll just wait. Can use this whether we go or stay. Scraping some moss off the rocks. Tasty, tasty moss. Even Suzuki seems to be preparing in case we have to wait for winter. Yeah, everyone but him has seems to have completely resigned themselves to this possibility. Siblings are also working on gathering food in preparation for the future. By that I mean catching fish. Ooh, tasty fish. What can you do to help out, human? Mo has been having conversations with the harpies ever since we arrived. He's asking if there's another route. Only thing I can think to do is try building a bridge across, thinking like a human, just like in Komodo Friends, when Kaban-chan comes up with the bridge idea. None of the other animals would ever have considered a bridge. I feel like that's pretty risky, though. I don't know if he has the civil engineering skills to come up with something like that. Ooh, a werecat! This is an intriguing new animal. Or not animal, sorry. Animal seems a little dismissive, downplaying of their intelligence. Another type of person. A werecat. Bum bum, bum bum, bum bum. Do you know that song? The Bear Cat by Bob someone, maybe? Do the Bear Cat. Bum bum. That's the name of this song. That's literally the lyrics. Do the Bear Cat. That's the name of this song. Brilliant. Brilliant. It's a banger, though. It's very catchy. So he tries offering some help. It looks like he's maybe speaking in the language of the Beastmen, because the way he says shum here is the same sort of like slur or accent or whatever that he's always making when he's trying to speak that language. The werecat discards that stuff. Or is the werecat kind of saying like, yeah, get to it, like whatever. At first I thought the werecat was being dismissive, but it looks like it's appreciative of the help. Giantess, it's fine. You're building a bridge. You tie some wood together like this. You like that and I like to talk. You can't know without asking. Yeah, fair enough. I don't know. My assumption is that the cat is going to be cat-like. So a little more aloof, a little more distant, shy, maybe not so personable right off the bat. And so I think his read is somewhat on the mark. It's not like this person will never talk, but just that this person takes a little while to warm up to you. Some friends of mine are taking care of a cat soon. I go over to their place quite often to play Dance Dance Revolution and other rhythm games. So I'm looking forward to meeting the cat. I'm really hoping that I can get along with the cat. So I've been watching a lot of how to get along with cat videos and things like that. It seems tough. To get a cat's attention, you can't really give it that much attention. You have to be aloof yourself. You have to not feel like it's being put under a microscope, that it's being focused on. But you just kind of have to do your own thing, let the cat get used to you. If it shows you some affection, you can kind of return that affection, but you can't really take the lead too much. That's love, because I wanna hang out with the cat. I wanna pet the cat. I love cats. Okay, so lizard man climbing out of the rapids. Crawls along on 4 legs. I paid more attention. I noticed most of the lizard men who could cross were walking on all 4s when on land. Ooh. So this might be why the lizard men that he's traveling with, the 2 siblings, didn't cross the river, because they're like a different class, a different breed. I don't know. I don't know if it's like a social thing, or actually the title of this page is Differing Anatomy, so I guess it's actually just like a subspecies. I talked as if I knew big build bridging. Bridge building. What did I say? Build bridging? Bridge building. Truthfully, I only know how to build a simple log bridge. All we have is vine ropes and driftwood. Nothing long or thick enough to be called a log. That will break. Yeah. True, true. The appeal of the log is that the entirety of the log has very strong structural integrity. If you just have a bundle of sticks, the individual sticks will probably snap at various points, and then GG. They're doing their best. Sensei's got some ideas. They're making something. They're proud. Looking around, I noticed a number of other people were trying the same thing. Ooh, it's kind of sparked a trend. There's a whole movement of bridge building attempts. Instead of collaborating, each group was working on their own ideas, even though it would be more effective if everyone worked together on one specific idea. Thinking back, I haven't seen any leader-like individuals since the first village. That's true, and that's quite interesting to me. It seems like all of these little societies are structured totally communally, totally share and share alike, no hierarchy, no command. I quite like it. It's quite charming, isn't it? It makes me want to live in a place like this. But then it can lead to this sort of situation where no one is able to correlate all of the efforts together. And it just kind of seems like socially. Like, it's not like you need a leader to do that. There's all sorts of ways to communally make this happen as well. But just no one is having the conversation. No one is proposing, why don't we work together? I mean, an elder, they're the ones that start to act like the ones who don't go outside much anymore. Someone who has been at a place a long time. It would be nice if someone decided what everyone should do. They don't even understand this concept. The only kind of points of reference they have is just someone who's been there a long time. And thus maybe some things are deferred to them that they just know because they've been there. Adults decide what kids do. Decide what adults do. Adults. Who walks first in a long line of people? Person who knows the way. This all seems great to me. This is not a bad way to think about it. But it just kind of seems like there's certain ideas, certain concepts of collaboration that they just can't get to. Everyone acting independently. Kashi wants to do... Ah, yeah, that's pretty good. He's made a nice little model bridge here. They could implement this. Just like that person. Ooh, perhaps his professor? Is that who she's thinking of? That the professor talked the same way, made the same sort of ideas. Uh-oh. The cat fell in the water. Cats hate falling in the water. Oh no, oh no. Good. You work together starting tomorrow. Make path and become meat is no. Eaten meat. Make and fell and died. What? What in the world? I love this because this series, I think, so accurately depicts what it is actually like to learn a language. That you can have a really good streak going, where not only are you understanding a lot, but you can actually like say something. You can actually make a difference. You can convey an idea, and it feels like such an accomplishment. And then just an instant later, through no fault of your own and through no fault of the other speakers, they just go into an entirely other world of the language that you have no idea about. And then you're just left with the fear of being turned into meat. All right, a fun chapter. We will look forward to more in the future. What a nice series. Please check it out. Bye-bye. I guess I don't have to say please check it out. This is the end of the video. You've already checked it out. Well, anyways, goodbye.